Court rise. Honorable Justice Ekruche of the High Court of Warri presiding. Court now in session.
My Lord, suite number W48, 1968, the case of Idundun and others versus Okumagba. My Lord, plaintiffs are D.O. Idundun, Chief P.O. Awani, A.E. Hesse, C.A. Lori, J.D. Oburu, for themselves and on behalf of Ogitsi family of Okere Warri. Itsekiri communal land trustees, joined by order of court, and Erejua II, the Olu of Warri, for himself and on behalf of Itsekiri people, joined by order of court. Versus Daniel E. Okumagba, for himself and on behalf of Olodi, Igogbadu and Oki families of Idimisobo, Okere, Warri. My Lord, my name is O.N. Rewane. With me are Akporiaye, Ajuya, Agambi, and Popo. I appear for the plaintiff. My Lord, my name is Dr. Mudiaga Oje. With me are Akpodeye, Giwa Amu, Amrove, and Honoriobe. I appear for the defendant.
Each of the three founding families has its own quarter in Okere village. I wish to make it clear now that the evidence in the case shows very clearly that Okere village is an entirely separate and removed settlement from the land in dispute in this case. The land belonging to the family of each of the three ancestors belongs to that family for the use of that family exclusively. It cannot be brought into the hutch of the Oki, Olodi, and Igogbadu families' joint property. But none of the said families can alienate any portion of his own land and make it cease to become the property of the family that owns it.
Chief, please tell this honorable court your name and who you are. My Lord, my name is Chief Daniel Okumagba. I'm an Ohobo man and I represent the Olodi, Igogbadu, and Oki families of Udu Ohobo. I live here in Okere. I'm the defendant in this case. Can you tell this honorable court what you know about this case? My Lord, since our founding ancestors founded this land, we have been in possession of the various tracts of land founded by our founding ancestors, and since the founding, we have been exercising maximum acts of ownership over the said tracts of lands. My Lord, in exercising acts of ownership over the lands, we farmed on the lands, cultivating food and cash crops on them. We also fished in the water flowing through the land. We instituted shrines of our own on the land and also set up our jujus on the land. We gave the names of the jujus and shrine we instituted on the land. Furthermore, we also let portions of the land to tenants. And amongst the persons to whom we let portions of the lands are Itsekiris, two of whom are Chief E.N.A. Bego, plaintiff's sixth witness, and Mr. O.N. Rewan, leading counsel for the plaintiff in this case, who together are members or owners of the Socio-Cultural Corporation.
The said corporation has a piece of land in the area shown on Parcel B on Plaintiff's Plan Exhibit 2. Evidence in the defendant's case is also that the defendants embarked on developing the area shown as Parcel B on Plaintiff's Plan Exhibit 2 as from about 1950. From that year, they began laying the area in parts into plots and letting out the said plots to various persons. The evidence in the defense case is, and same is confirmed in the evidence in the plaintiff's case, that the development of area erupted and halted about 1961 and 1962 when the government and the Warri Divisional Planning Authority, or the Warri Divisional Town and Country Planning Authority, acquired portions of the land for public purposes. The acquisitions were later revoked. The notices of the acquisitions are Exhibits 33 and 34, and the notices of revocation are Exhibits 47 and 47A in this case. The revocations took place in 1967. Thereafter, the defendants resumed their development scheme on parcel work and have continued it until the present time.
As regards those persons shown by the plaintiffs on their plan, Exhibits 2, as persons allowed by the Ogitsi family to cultivate rubber farms on part of Parcel A as shown on Exhibits 2,
that the defendants said that those persons were allowed by them to raise the said rubber farms, and that they allowed them because the said persons were related to them. They gave evidence of the relationship of the said persons to them, that is, the defendants. About Ekpen, the evidence in the defense case as given by the defendant on record is that he never heard of Ekpen in connection with Okere.
Chief, can you tell this honorable court what you know about Ekpen and the war at Ijala? My Lord, I heard a story of a fight between some warriors from Benin and one Olu at Ode-Itsekiri in Warri, and I never heard that Ogitsi was one of those warriors. My Lord, our three founding ancestors were already at their settlement at the time of the war, and that the war was not fought on Okere soil, nor was Okere used as a war base at any time. Also, Ogiti was not the son of Ekpen, and that Okere people are in fact Ishans. My lord, when Ogiti first came to the Warri area, he first settled in the place where the old post office was in Warri. Ogiti had 2 children named Gebenu and Mele, both males. Ogiti lived there for many years and later left the place and settled at the waterside area of Okere.
Forward, my family. Our new home awaits.
And there he formed the nucleus of what is today the Ogiti family. Ogiti begat Begbenu, who begat late Idundun's mother by name Aretetsoma. One Ologo, a son of Idama, married Aretetsoma and begat late Idundun, who begat Idundun, the present first planet on record. Ologo in his lifetime became infatuated in his association with Aretetsoma and spent virtually all his life in the quarters of Aretetsoma's family, that is, in the Ogiti quarter of Okere. He, Ologo, never spent more than 1 week of his married life with his family people in the Idimisobo quarters of Okere.
The first plaintiff was born in the Itsekiri quarter of Okere and has lived there all his life, and completely identified himself with the Ogitsi family of Okere. According to the defendants, the first plaintiff is, in fact, a member of the defendant's family, but is a deserter from the said family. My lord, before Ogitsi came and settled at the waterside area of Okere, our founding ancestors had founded their settlement very many years ago. When Ogitsi came to his new settlement at the waterside area of Okere, there was a bush separating the settlement of our ancestors from where Ogitsi settled at the waterside area. As time passed by, the defendant's people, as well as the Ogitsi family settlement, multiplied and began to extend towards themselves. The evidence in the defense case is that the defendants have never lost their identity to the Itsekiris. They said they have preserved their separate identity through the years till today, and that they have also preserved their own customs, which are different from those of the Itsekiris or the Ogitsi family. They gave evidence of the different customs. They also said they have their own jujus and shrines, different from those of the Itsekiris, and that they do not worship in the Itsekiris shrine, nor worship the Itsekiri jujus, just as the Itsekiris do not worship at the defendant's shrine or worship their jujus. Coming to the local administration in Okere, however, the evidence in the defendant's case and here, the evidence in the plaintiff case is the same, is that the defendants took part in the local administration of the place with the Itsekiris. The defense said that Olaraja, which the plaintiffs say is a title, is no title. They said that Olaraja is always the oldest male person among the Ogitsi family, and that when an Olaraja dies, the succession of the oldest surviving male amongst the Ogitsi family as Olaraja follows immediately, and that there is no argument about it. They, however, agreed that the Olaraja has been referred to as the Olaraja of Okere, but they said that what is in fact meant is Olaraja of the Itsekiri block. The defendants said that just as the Itsekiri block have their leader in Olaraja, they in Urhobo block have their leader who is called Okpako Orere, and that this Okpako Orere is the oldest male member alive of the defendant's community. Chief, please tell this honorable court what you know about the Olaraja of Okere. My lord, Olaraja is not a title conferred by the Olu of Warri, and that it is not tied to Okere land. My lord, there is always an Olaraja amongst the Itsekiris in Okere, whether or not there is a reigning Olu or of Warri, as the Olu is more properly known today. Also, Ogievoro is not a title conferred by the Olu of Warri, and that it is a name of a purported title assumed by whoever holds the post of Olaraja in the Itsekiri block. The defendant's case is further that Olaraja is not a title conferred by the Olu of Warri, and that it is not tied to Okere land, and that there is always an Olaraja amongst the Itsekiris. In Okere, whether or not there is a reigning Olu of Itsekiri, or of Warri, as the Olu is more properly known today. This last piece of evidence, namely, that the assumption of office of an Olaraja does not depend on appointment by an Olu, is confirmed by evidence in plaintiff's case, which shows that during the period of interregnum in the kingship or Oluship, of the Itsekiris, various persons from the Ogitsi family took offices in succession as Olarajas. The defendants said that Ogievero is not a title conferred by the Olu of Wari. It is a name of a purported title assumed by whoever holds the post of Olaraja in the Itsekiri block.